Just wanted to make a video about the Knights of the Force. I got the latest version as of June 27th of 2021. And as you can see, this is Knights of the Force 2.1 final, it says. And one thing I want to say is I've been following Knights of the Force from the very beginning. In fact, I've been playing the Jedi Knight series for years now. Jedi Academy since it came out, and one of my favorite games. I had it for Xbox at first, and I avoided it because the box art looked pretty lame from back in the day, and I have to admit that I was, judging the game by its cover, and so I kind of avoided it. And then my younger brother got it, and I couldn't stop playing it. Him and I have played it for so long. We used to play deathmatch and cooperative not cooperative. We used to play deathmatch all the time, and it was such a good classic game. And the more you play it, the more it seems like there is to offer in the game, and the more things you just discover. I didn't really read through the books too much, so every couple days I would discover new moves and abilities, and it was just so good. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to get in trouble for the Star Wars music, so let's just go to sound, music volume. Let's put that really low. And I'm just going to go into it and explain what the game is about. This is one of my first videos for this channel. I have a whole bunch more that I want to do, so let's check it out. So we go to new game here. I'll probably make some videos about the original Jedi Knight also, but let's go to custom. Now here you get to choose what you want to do. You can set up these levels any way you want. There's so many levels to choose from. It's almost like the best levels they've had for this mod they have put into the game here. And some of these I haven't even played, so I might make a video for each one of these. So let's just kind of jump into something and show you around. Let's just start off with the first one here. This one's just going to kind of give you an idea of how the game works and functions, and what you can do with it. So this will pretty much be like a demonstration. And of course you can play through the regular campaign as well. But as you see here, these are all fan-made levels made for this mod, and they've all kind of been enhanced. And you can choose your characters, what you want. Lightsabers, choose your different colors. Now, I'm used to playing with my own controls, so I rearranged the entire keyboard to how I want, and I originally replaced the N with a force power, and that was I think that was drain. I usually use drain because I use B for my heal or back to tanks, because it's right by the space bar and it's really easy to hit when you're low on health. So I couldn't figure out how to change the character and get into this menu, but it's actually the N button. So I had that trouble, so if anyone is curious, that's what it is. Now what you can do in here is go through all the different NPCs, and this is freeze, and this means that none of the NPCs move or do anything until you unfreeze them. And you can choose anyone you want. And you have all the different classes here, which all have different enemies and characters, and there's so many of each one too. There were all the movies, a lot of the games and comics, so it's just really cool. You get so many different to choose from, and at the bottom they tell you what kind of weapons they come with. So you can take a guy and just kind of place him on the map, and you can choose if you want the dark side, the light side, if you want them to follow you and be by your side. Free range, which is just whatever faction they're on, they will just stay on that side and attack anyone who's not. Um, except for some of the civilians, they don't really do anything because they don't really have a faction. They're just kind of neutral, I believe. But you can also choose neutral. And you see at the bottom where it says set NPC to join neutral team and attack only when being attacked. So that's pretty cool. And then you have solo over here, which is set the NPC to join solo team and attack everyone else. And this is for your own, so you can be on the light side or the dark side. And become invisible to all NPCs. So this is cool for setting up fights and different characters. You want to see them interact. This one is spawns the last selected NPC. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. Let's just pick someone. Just to give you an idea. We'll put there. We'll put light side. So let's see. So you double click, and all of a sudden it'll start attacking you. And what's cool about this game too is how accurate the lightsabers are. I mean, you have pretty much total control over it. And the more you get comfortable, the more you can swing it to exactly where you want to go, and then you can dodge their shots. So this is the most intricate lightsaber fighting game that they've ever made so far, which is amazing. This is one of the reasons I really love it. And extra props to Mike Gumelt. Mike Gumelt was one of the creators, and he pretty much programmed all the fighting and everything, which was taken from the original game, or the previous one, which is Jedi Outcast, and kind of upgraded it and added some extra abilities. So you can have so much fun here.
It is time to go.
And there's so many different moves and special moves that you can do. Got me.
It is time to go.
Your lightsabers can lock.
Show me the signal.
So there's so much going on here. And it's really fun to have battles and fight, you know? So she got me. And you can adjust it too, so you could have realistic lightsabers. So one hit and you're done. You can adjust the amount that they do damage, and then you can have them slice off body parts with dismemberment. So I'm just going to go load a checkpoint, which is always at the beginning of the level that you join. Unless you do a quick save, you know, and then you can join from quick save. So there's so much that they've added in these games, and to show you an example, and there's so many like different spots and stuff too. You can get on different vehicles to get around quicker, and you can really, and you can really, and that's the room I was just in. You can really go around and check out all the maps. I mean, all the places in the maps. I don't know what happened there. So I don't know why that happened. That kind of froze on me. That's never happened before. Maybe it has something to do with the shield there. But let me go and show you some more about it, because it's just really cool here. Custom game. Let's go back. And then I'm going to show you just a no clipping to show you how big some of these levels actually are. It's really impressive. And the amount of work that a lot of these people did in the mod community is absolutely amazing. So I really want to thank them all for all the hard work and stuff they've done. You know, so much time and dedication and into all the detail. So if I hit the tilde here, I can go no clip, and then now the no clip is on. So now you can actually fly around and check out the level for how big it really is. You can go through walls, fly around, get a real idea of how large these levels are. There's different vehicles and stuff around. And this is obviously that part where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon came out through the vent over here. I'm surprised that you can't go through this vent. It's probably in the other level. But if you go in, you can kind of see how big these levels are. And there's much more massive levels than these, than this one. As you can see. Let's go down the hallway here. I think this is the room where Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were supposed to meet for negotiation, and they came. Even though this is here, even though this and it's gonna seem a little weird when you see stuff like this, but that's just because there's nothing there behind the wall, so kind of you get a little bit of distortions here and there. But then you do that, turn it off, and like these levels are just massive. And like I said, you can go and you can just spawn all the different characters of different types. Let's see. The Sith Empire. The Galactic Republic. The Separatist Alliance. Let's just throw a neutral one in here. And so now they can interact. So you do some dismemberment there. And now that you kind of get an idea of what that menu does, you open that up again and then you hit escape, and then you have these other levels here. So you can go right to changing your map in-game. You can go right to different missions that they've added, which is pretty cool. You can select your character. And the one thing though is I'm not sure how to select the character where you can make a character right off the bat. But that's the one thing I haven't figured out yet. But you can go to civilians. Who do you want to be? I mean, choose anybody, let's see. Right. So now look. Now I'm him. Whoa, walking around like a weirdo. And you don't have any abilities as him because he's just a civilian. He doesn't have any weapons or anything, but you can pick up weapons. If there are any weapons around, you can kind of pick them up. You can check out the level. I mean, it's even fun to just walk around and just discover what's going on in these levels, you know? Whoop. Sometimes there's little things like that. You want to be in the middle there. You want to hit yourself. But all the levels are different too, so they all have different things going on. Ooh. And then you can also, let's see, I'm going to select an actual character here. And like I said, there's so many to choose from. The Old Republic.
The Force fights with me.
You get different uniforms for it, each character too. Let's go here. And that's the force powers down here. That's the kind of lightsaber. You got the staff. Now I have to admit, it's kind of freezing a couple times, and that's not very exciting. But the character and everything you choose saves. It might be because I'm recording this too. I'm using OBS to record this. But you get different powers depending on what the character had. You know, that's cool. You can choose, switch between the styles, which is cool. And then you can actually change your lightsaber too if you want. You get a single, you get dual blade, you get a staff, and you can change the hilt of each one you want. I mean, you get all these different characters from the movies and stuff. You can choose what colors for each one. You know, that looks like Obi-Wan's. And the one on the right, you know, you can even make your own color here if you want. You know, which is really cool. Be like a light purple or go all the way white. So there's really so much stuff you can have fun with. And one of the things you can do too is, let's see. Whoa, I'm Stormtrooper. I don't know why I'm Stormtrooper now. So it looks like I'm having a couple little glitches here. But like I said, they still do updates all the time. So all these little tiny things will be worked out eventually. And let's see now. Let's go select the character again.
Good evening, apprentice. I trust your training goes well.
Force Ghost Yoda, old school Yoda. As you can see, he's tiny. Looks like he's young, so I only have one stance here, so this must be when he's tiny, or this is one of the other characters in the game. And let's go. Let's add someone. So, now I'm on the dark side. Put him on the light side.
Time to rumble.
Now he's gonna try to attack me. See how it works? Cut off his arm too. So there's so much stuff you can go and do in this game. Now let's go, just to show you how you can just switch it up. Like I said, I want to make videos for each one of these levels so people can get a good idea of what's going on here. At least I plan to anyway. We'll see if that actually happens. The only thing I've noticed is sometimes with the water effects that they've upgraded, it seems a little choppy sometimes, but usually it works really well, as you can see. And that could just be some of the options, like the glow. Let's see if I can turn glow off. Even though I have a really great machine, so dynamic glow on, simple shadows. But you see now that could also be because it's a big level and there's just so much going on. So as I said, we'll do like a no clip. So you get an idea of what's going on. So there's so much detail that people have put into these levels here. So you can kind of go around and just check out the maps. Sometimes I love just looking at these maps and how much artwork people put into it. It really is amazing sometimes. Like, look at all this stuff going on. So cool. That's funny. Got some salmon over there. There's just so much going on. And then you could just have hours and hours of fun. And what you can actually do too is you could set up people around the level and make your own levels, and you know, have everyone paused so you can set up all the characters around the level to however you want. Like, look at what's going. This, it's just a beautiful level. There's just so much attention to detail that they've put in these levels. So many places you can go and just discover. You know, it really is quite an amazing thing at how far people have gone to add their own stuff to all these old games on computer. Really cool stuff. So you can set up people around different level, and then you can pick a spot where you want to go in the level, and then save it. So then you can start it, or turn all the NPC pauses off, and then start the level, and then you can just play through it and make your own maps. Well, not make your own maps, but make your own levels, pretty much, with different people you want to fight, and it's just really cool. So, I mean, that's kind of the basics here of this game. And like I said, you can go and then just start a new map to a new level. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over real quick all the things you could do and all the different characters you have, abilities, and this was actually off an old mod too, and the original developer just kind of disappeared. He got frustrated, I think, and there was a lot going on. Some say he had like some viruses in the program, which is debatable because it was just the way that Windows had to read some of the files. But he took a lot of the mods without people's permission, apparently, and added them to this one. So there was just a bunch of drama and stuff, and it kind of dwindled and disappeared after about 10 years. And but now it's back, and there's new updates, and now it's called 2.1, and there's probably going to be more updates. So I just kind of wanted to make a video about that because I thought it was really cool, and this is one of my favorite games ever. So hope you enjoyed and got a good idea of what the game is like, or at least some idea of what it's like. And the more videos and stuff I make, the more I'll go into depth. So thanks for checking it out, and hope to see you soon. Take care.